And penalty na moji amodi share no. Because answer na ball no crampo beko the 18 area no. Na mati say penalty. Pim.
Oh, Chairman, adia we you are not being fair.
Say enra na me no na was still.
Enra me no me no net.
And na make us say. Say sa penalty me say mukuki answer na buy.
Chairman, o referee say who say there was an incident as a ball player about.
Yes, sir. That be yes, sir. And yes, sir. Ball na ball player.
I said yes, spectators here. Any penalty.
David.
And you cover by
David.
It is still a ransom. No cancer. Me out. Me how to call that you.
Meant me under ye.
You go.
Na minim say e be simu bia no ye the 1 point be quarter mal.
Sir, so I catch you say baba ya party bed.
But to be honest, your team is good.
Oh, and Karela boys and so they gave Kotobu a very good run.
I can see me who number 6B.
Number 6,
number 22 any goalkeeper. I don't know. Now Asante for Moon was out.
The goalkeeper of Virginia.
Wow. Because the three of them and the defense now it was good.
Yeah, it was good. Goalkeeper in Virginia and Sambo Nel so Africa, I think Congo.
Wow. Okay. They're not too far yard.
Yeah.
So much me ask out for people of that.
Not Sudan for become bomb the Muko US no Mugani.
Yeah, Jani.
But Karela has a very good team.
Oh no, next time say move about Tamale.
Say next season that is the next season.
Ali Mama still. No matter what. Yeah, the Besham.
It is in fact say Yedeka. I have about 2
Moba say Modiano 1-0.
1.
Moba Yabama 3. Here we are near a confirm my mama.
Okay. Say what do I know can be anything. You do one here.
Oh, yeah,
China PNC near my cousin.
Not so good because the Intimian contested 2024. We are not able to determine what we thought we could do. The Biamika say the policy options now Kayedi Ebano. They were productive policies and not consumption policy. MPP ni NDC policies do now Modi Abano. All of them are consumption in nature.
Which you say?
Oh. Now, if you don't produce and you consume, is it not expenditure?
It is.
And if you are getting expenditure, it means you have to borrow to cover that expenditure because you are not generating. Until at the end, NDC will run to go and borrow more money. They will.
A man of bar power just 20 days near.
Already, they have told us that the debt to GDP, naturally say you was 10 cities.
Yeah, Chamubia.
Dabi. Debt to GDP.
Okay.
Eka yedi. Inti na we were 10 cities. Obetuya Okano 8 cities na obetuya ka.
Naka 2 cities.
Naka 2 cities. 2 cities no. Emu ena oba betuya. Ejumayefo. Emu na oba beto electricity. Emu na ensu bebia. Naturally say that 20% of the GDP that is left will not be sufficient to be able to pay for your recurrent expenditure. Consequently, this is a work of Pebisia in order to support that. And Yamina Mekai, out of force in Oka say our debt to GDP is 80%. And say, the only way they can survive is that they will go and borrow. And if your policies are said that almost say they are coming to create 6 new universities for the new regions. Do you think that the problem of Ghana is universities?
No.
In fact, there are many graduates from the existing universities that have not gotten employment. So the problem cannot be new universities and now the absence of universities. In fact, near everything I can say universities no crampon also. So much that we are producing graduates and we are not able to absorb them. If it is a campaign promise that you are coming to create new universities, then it means that you are coming to increase the expenditure. Already you have told her that first year universities and your friends saying their school fees is going to be free. That is an expenditure. How is the money going to come? So you have to go and borrow to come and fill it. And that is why I think that our policies that we're bringing, that we're going to be productive. Because Maka said, no matter what, we will fight. But we'll pay judgment debt and reclaim our assets. For instance, A year they say Yatong Ashanti Goldfields. As is here, Anglo Gold are Omonya Ghana for no. Because we have to protect what belongs to foreigners, we are killing Ghanaians in Obuasi. So Ghanaian soldiers are given guns and ammunition to go and kill Ghanaians so that we can protect foreigners' assets. And I feel bastardized as a citizen of this country. See, and you reduce. So we would have done everything to reclaim. Oh, you're foreigner now, on your investment into any state natural resource. You can own up to 40%, but not majority share. The people of Ghana must own majority share. Even if you bring the 100% capital, know that 40% of the returns will go to you. And I'm sure that they will still come to invest because the profit no ed also. What you say? So we would reclaim. And Mekoka will be young as I say any new my war or my muno. Since my grandfather was born, they have been working in the gold mines, in the timber, in the cocoa forest. But Yate say the proceeds from these places is for government. Anna into cocoa sika eco government ho. Say eco government ho. Gold sika eco government ho. Oil sika eco government ho. Diamond sika. Inti. Mine a government. I thought we are the government.
Yes, I can't buy any.
Very good. Inti Aden and as a Sikanoba, a select few that are executives are the ones that will manage the resources and claim that they are doing so on our behalf. And Tinameka said 40% of the proceeds from all this natural wealth would go directly into Ghanaians' individual accounts. It's done in many countries. Yes, sorry, me say oba ene. By the time it is the following month, the child will start to receive dividends from cocoa, from gold, from diamond, from oil. Until the person gets to 18 years, that account is held in trust for him or her. So every Ghanaian would have been born into wealth and not debt. And so you get up and see traces say cocoa sika ni ho, ebi eba me ho, gold sika ba me ho, oil sika ba me ho, lithium sika ba me ho. I'm sure that you will die for the nation as a Ghanaian because the Ghana government has contributed to your well-being.
Sure.
Then the 60% will go to the so-called government, ministers and it's so-called government because we are all part of the government and yet we are not part of sharing. But when it comes to the cost, they will tell us that we should do this in order to overcome our debts. But when it becomes a revenue aspect, we are not part of it. So the so-called government will take the 60%. The second thing I can say, Omainbia eniwa, Omakofa obi krum kasa, ena omutimie tumponda.
Yes.
So uko Japan, omodi omukrum kasa, China, uko Germany, uko Italy, uko France, uko Korea, uko Saudi Arabia. They are used their languages and they are able to develop. Nature said there is a connection, correlation, positive correlation between your language and your level of development.
Definitely.
No yakofa obi kasa na se me betena fidie su na mentimi anka abrofu yi a esre amobesre me no but se manka twi yi a then nobody worries about it. What you say? So we should use Twi as our national language. Menya akaini amedagao. But I go to Sankana, me ko do Sankana, mitimi hu se nipa bia ondwen se otetwi no na obi a etimi ka twi 1 by 1, 2 by 2. So if we nationalize Twi as our national language, I can tell you that economics and be talking about GDP growth rate when that GDP has no reflection on the people. Anytime you can say GDP epejano, that is the time that we are borrowing. Anytime you can say GDP epejano, that is the time that unemployment is increasing. Meanwhile, GDP no, say sika dudua na ye wo ewo man mu no sika no ano epeja.
Yeah.
And to say sika no epeja na chere say we should reduce our borrowing. Anameba because our money and our wealth is increasing.
Sure.
So why are we still borrowing at the time that our GDP is growing? Na chere say yakosunya brofo kasa keke and we are unable to relate it in our own way. Ye ka say GDP epeja no We are supposed to create more jobs from our wealth. But time now GDP pejano, obet me who say young people no omoni ejuma eyo. And I believe that look, if we were studying in our own language, neka say GDP no yaba kan say what you gross domestic product. Precisely. Yes. Say we only go to memorize things that we cannot relate. Inti menu efi hano na ona na afro say hey na metie Bernard Mornah o show no so ka say GDP asene say na afedi odi onsa akoso uti anawaso na oye bibi. So clearly we cannot be using English language and think that there will be development to us. And
I don't know.
I no one has said it. I have been the only person, and I say this with all the boldness at my command. When them say the white people are happy that we are not using our own language, it's the best way to take away our intelligence. What me who say Ghana? Yet me a mobile phone. German for more your mobile phone. Japan for your mobile phone. Chinese for the Sicilian Crampo Edoso. So much that their technology has reached a point that America for any or more aircom. They are fighting over TikTok, they are fighting over Huawei and many other things. And yes, sir, why are we not able to develop? Because you're questioning engineering in English. So we don't understand how to transform that knowledge into creating and manufacturing. And this is what we promised the people of Ghana. Unfortunately, the Electoral Commission disqualified us until we could not participate in the elections. To first test whether the people of Ghana believe in our policies, and second, to run the government that we want.
Hi, 101.1 so near minute Bernard Mornah and Chichi and Komwe. Here, proud to the elections, just some few days to the election. You will say, not political parties, nibi, sadly, aligned to the NPP as at that time, of which do not feel so buying with the when our resources were what they want to know. Ya line to what a beboa. Near Tian boldly PNC Ababon take a chance a yen yet. Say young contest ni bidia if we are throwing our weight behind the NDC. Then a muhuye. But some of us thought, hey, PNC, why are we here? Then a muhuye. More decided say you are not going for the government in power then, but for NDC and John Dramani Mahama.
Oh, first and foremost, Nka MPP for a idea. ISO in Yanka, the PNC should not be wanting to contest the elections because we're contesting to unseat the MPP because they were not doing well.
Okay.
So once we have filed to contest the MPP, it means that we didn't believe that they were a good political party that were working for the interests of the people of Ghana. It is a unique contest no more. The option would be to look for another political party that was contesting against the MPP. We did a search. Naturally, now my preferred position was that we should support the CPP. But majority of my party people told me, say, Dabi, CPP no man race in Montem. The change that we are looking for, if we support the CPP, we will not be able to effect that change. Indeed, we should go and support the NDC. And I went for a National Executive Committee meeting. So meeting now, I deliberately put myself behind and I told them, in fact, some members said go and negotiate with the MPP and set up a committee to go and engage with the NDC. And I told them that no, we are either for change or we are for maintaining the status quo. And if we are for change, let's sit at this meeting and decide for change. I'm not going to engage anybody. But maybe I'm a meeting. I was contesting the elections because the MPP has done disastrously for this country. And the level of arrogance, the number of people from Achim and Akufo-Addo's family in government were just too sad. Those that were not even in government, but were controlling and running the show, running things, like Gabi or Asare Ochiridakono, they were too powerful. And I didn't like that thing. And Semeka say arrogance now, and yes, dear agro. President can look into chiefs and other chiefs of our land to get up and greet him. President can tell chiefs that look, Jumano say mena yeti e-block eda ho. Inti se ope se yon complete e-block na. Ene wan kasa kope osika na koye. How does the president speak to our people like that? You put up a school that is not finishing. And some of the policies now no modebano. Mahadwini say, look, they were out for a wasteful venture. Masa, Yahoina Akufo-Addo Beka say he was going to do Agenda 88. Say okay.
Yeah.
And that he would do Agenda 88 before election 2020. When Timi Anyo, suddenly what Oka said he's going to do Agenda 111. Okay, Okakoye 111. Do you have the money? You don't have the money. Then you go and cut sword for 111 hospitals. Now we see I could see your friends say foundation level. We see I could through window level. We see I could through lintel level. So they are all scattered in the bush.
I want to say a wasteful venture.
As we speak, which of them is being used?
Oh, meaning say Oko Anomanjia.
Omo you see.
He came to commission it.
Omo you see.
Omo you see now.
And that near Omo commission yeah, I feel that they are buying the your friends and the fittings for it, you know.
Well, Anomanjia, and I think Ashanti region we have about 3.
There are only 3 hospitals that I'm told that were actually commissioned, but they are now buying the equipment for them to function fully. Naturally, say, menu etiho, masa, sika o pese wonsi dan. Na in a higher friends in Ashh town. Subing, Amakum. Now wabe your foundation wa. Now wako manshia, wako your foundation wa. Now wako bantama wako your foundation wa. The little money you have done 5 foundations. You have not been able to complete them. Somebody will call you a wise man. Anna. That is what we have done. So we have invested money. And when say building is like sunk your friends investment. Once you put in the money there, it will not come out until the thing become useful.
Yes.
So all those projects that we have put there, we are talking, Akufo-Addo will not listen. And I'm sure say, okay, say e-levy. Or Modi Bano, I told them, I spoke, I organized Ghanaians, we went on demonstrations. I slept roughly at Parliament. Omuma police ebechi me on 3 different occasions from Parliament to carry me away because I was sleeping and telling Parliament don't pass e-levy. I'm sure you remember. Yeah, my your friends say make it and then pillow is what?
Pillow
Sumie. Nama koda in frontage of Parliament protesting that don't pass e-levy. Mate said Baumia insisted that e-levy should be passed, but with 100 cedis daily, your friends saying, tax-free. Subsequently, Ghana for 18 attempt, in fact, MPP for 18 attempt, say, I am anti-progress. Why is the government going to raise money so that omubetimi in fact, na e-levy, so nim Akobam. Akobam, omsi utiya ya fa Akobam. Akubam became the solution to all illness. Until e-levy became the solution to the problems of unemployment, to the problem of lack of income, to the problem of agriculture. Now, when e-levy came, it was not doing what it was supposed to do. Those who were insulting me now supported. Those who were insulting me now supported Baumia say Baumia Ghana for me to Abamanwa. Or say Obabe e-levy. The same people were not insulting Baumia for being anti-Ghana. Because I was insulted for being anti-Ghana because I oppose electronic transfer levy. Now that the person who implemented it realized that it is inimical, Obabe those who insulted me, I will forgive them. But will their conscience forgive them? Because fighting for Ghana is not about fighting for a political party. Na meko amaye nyina. Abra ene onia o mami sika sesia. Omo beti ubi ana omonte o.
Definitely on beti.
So who suffers it? Is it me?
No.
So those of us who were fighting and insulting and bastardizing Bernard Mornah and Nsema Ameyano, and we have all been suffering the consequences, bad influence of the electronic transfer levy. And so, say, if policies like this were ongoing, Master, the least you can do is to want to vote out those people. No, mon cut nothing, no, mon share. And I'm very happy. I am very happy. Utie Musa Superior.
Yes, Musa Superior. Martin and some can name the exact one.
What's it saying? Or see, they were not able to pay NAPCO workers. But Nana ya Jankuma. Yetimi Amano 39 million Ghana cedis. That Uncle Ye painting war interchanges now, yes,
yeah.
Did the NAPCO workers need 39 million? It was not near that. It was not near half. But President Ba, Yetimi Eddie, 39 million. Say Uncle Ye cartoons. Draw his keke.
No, but the man, is it because of a President Ba now say?
Cartoons now were under bridge, no. Adrian Ben Ediva.
So when you back us to beautify them.
To beautify so that what will happen? Yeah, near here and sana near fewa. Efata. So adiana here no ye. I feel the near efata. Ana benumambuni ye.
No.
So these things were happening. And then there was no way I could go and support the MPP in the face of all this. And Mitiomo and Miracles Abwaji. Is it Miracles Abwaji?
Miracles Abwaji.
Obeka said we should have listened more to Ghanaians when they said we should not do the National Cathedral. Yanti Ghana for. And they got the $58 million. Edia kutu artificial swimming pool and I say your friend saying Yakoye swimming pool say I no call her crocodiles now or denchem. You don't know that crocodiles are there now.
I mean,
no, there are denchems and alligators. They are inside.
Hey, really?
Oh yes.
And then they bet me turning into tourist attraction.
They understand. So Enyamina Maker, if the MPP did not leave office, Miracles Abwaji and Co were defending why there should be a national cathedral. And then Okachiden said they should have listened to Ghanaians when they opposed the national cathedral.
But the project was a national cathedral, obviously. I also busy.
David.
Yeah, I said it.
They see and see that. In which country? In that place, no. We will go and fill it up and put up the houses for the judges and whatever. Now, Ghana for you watch. Yami Ankasameko Akofa headpan will carry. We will feel it because we won't say baby at the end one. It's prime land. Me see when Hofe Buahin opese on see National Cathedral of some sort. One far could see prime land in the capital or the Konyamasukru far away.
Yeah.
If you want to trace God, go there. In Kiebaha, any ediko asantiman, your friends say, Ejura Honmo, any ediko see her. And you want to come, you will come.
Yeah.
Why did we have to go and demolish? Messi, Justice Kwekujan, the place that they built for them as justices of the Court of Appeal. Nidiano was among 5 that were completed, with 30 more yet to be roofed. Okotna exactly 11 months. And Ekase on 2, they are coming to demolish it. So the 13 others were not yet, they were at roofing level. We have come to demolish it in order that we can build a national cathedral. How? Infant and Yankopon say yensi a diamond. Ufi says studio ha Yankopon niha. A jom ha ye bano. Na mi tie a man for mukita mics or mobompaye. Yankopon woho. And the churches that are in town, they have all built their cathedrals. Why did the state have to use money to go and build the cathedral? Sorry. Because after I'm reflecting, and I'm in Mokasa. Say, me did the Anbataaleya. Me papa at the Anbataaleya course church say, Omon Koyame baptism. Church no say that be Anbataaleya, the Omuntimi Yami baptism.
How?
So they have to add Bernard. So that so-called Christian name. When I was growing up, I told my father that I'm disappointed in him. If Anbataaleya cannot be a Christian, then it means Christianity is not for me. And it's not for us. So my 7 kids, none of them have any Christian or Arabic name. Whoa. If because of that, you Muslims, you don't want them, I am good with it. If you Christians don't want them because they don't have so-called Christian and Arabic names, I'm good with it. They must show where they come from. Mekase Anbataaleya, you know where I come from. So Mekase Benada, where do I come from? Am I a German or Italian? American or English? So what I say. But Mekase Anbataaleya, Kweku Anbataaleya, you will understand straight away where I come from. And so for me, I am proud. And I will not allow these religions to deceive me. I respect people who believe in them, and I wish them well.
Chairman, President John Mahama shall say appointments. I don't know how you see the appointments. What shall I say, whether a reduced number of ministries? He has 23 now. So far the appointments are
oh, we could have had less ministers.
Still less?
Yes. Ministry of Agriculture, Ministry of Fisheries and Aquaculture.
Which me Akambo?
And agriculture, fisheries and agriculture. So it means one ministry is gone. Ministry of Environment, and the Ministry of Health, and a Ministry of Local Government. Another ministry is gone. Ministry of Transport, Ministry of Roads and Highways. Na say yeka transporter, kwan, and yes sir, kidichi kwan, any, your friend saying, aeroplane. Are they not the three arms of transportation? So if you say Ministry of Transportation, it will cover all of them. So we could have still reduced the number of ministries that John Mahama has brought. But it is good that he has reduced it from 30 to 23. I am hopeful that we could have reduced it further. Number two, Makase, the system ministers are still too high. Makasa, what is the need for a regional minister? What is a regional ministry? Acquire development will be bigger. Regional ministers are of no use. Seriously, what do they do? What they are catching party? What regional ministers do?
They seek to the administration of the various regions.
Like how? Give me one project that regional ministry have done.
I don't know the bedding. Mostly, basically, either the assemblies or the central government.
or the sector ministries. So it means that regional ministers are just a spend force. What do you mean? They are just a spend force. They are for decorative purposes. Say, hey, regional minister, Kojinamu, Emma president. Ceremonial. So there is nothing that regional ministers do apart from being a spend force. I have never seen that there is saying that, oh, project here, regional ministry, and a year. Say, district assembly, then it's a sector minister of the central government. So I would have taken away the regional ministers. So you'd have taken away 16 more. So the regional coordinating councils will have chief directors, or what we call the regional coordinating directors. And they will report directly to the minister responsible for local government, because all the assemblies are under local government. Period. So I still believe that, look, Ghana, going forward, we still can reduce the number of ministries and save our purse. So yes, why are there, but we could have done better. The second part, and they say, I think that the quality of our appointees so far is refreshing. Everybody are appointed. The person shows knowledge of the sector. And Kano, yet me appointed minister for fisheries, she doesn't know things about fisheries. I'm sure you know how Akumsin did not know what she was there to do. And so when they gave you a chance to even go and understudy and learn about the ministry you are going, you don't know. Ministers be no omutimi ewo your friends and microfinance savings and loans like Kojo Opom Nkrumah. They own 80%, and they did not know that as an 80% shareholder, no company no akope bisia from another bank. They showed so much lack of knowledge. But this time, everybody moko vetting. If the vetting is anything to go by, ebetimi aka say ejuma no omobetimi ayo. Aside the Minister for Energy, Aoka say Obabeton Electricity Company of Ghana. That I totally disagree with him, because Omubetong ECG, we should sell the Ministry of Energy.
Why?
Why should we sell ECG? What crime have they committed? Say Omudika, ECG owes. Then the government of Ghana owes. The Ministry of Finance have not been able to pay. So we should sell Ministry of Finance. And bring people who can go and bring money that Ghana will not owe again. So if you are going to sell ECG because ECG owes, its indebtedness is high. The reason why we appointed you as a leader is to come and ensure that we are able to reduce the indebtedness and not to sell. When you sell, will we have it again? The Biameka said one of the problems of this country is the commoditization of education. And Semeka commoditization, we have brought about private schools. And so most of the private schools they don't have qualified teachers because of Muntmintia. Inti moya qualified teachers now, you have been trained professionally to teach, you know. Unfortunately, more you teach students and they don't pass. And those who are not, who are dropouts, but they are enlisted by the private schools, you know, they are able to teach people to go and pass. Who are went to me and pass, no, to me kochiro be idea no pass. Now wait to me and pass it. Identity, because the private schools are profit-making institutions. Kwame bia so amobefa in order to give the impression that they are doing well, so that people will send their children there so that they can get more money. They will do. So when you are selling ECG, the private sector will do everything to raise its money and make profit. Inti, come for Anache Teaching Hospital. Your friend G, Anna.
Yes, I
Oko drew her. I always use myself as an example. All of a sudden I collapse. You rush me to the hospital, I need oxygen. But ECG has been privatized. Until the hospital light is gone off, they have to go and look for money to come and pay. The oxygen will not work. Out of struggle for air, when I'm not supposed to die. So ECG will not perform a social contract to the people of Ghana. So we will have difficulties. And so therefore, we should not sell ECG. There should not be any way to sell ECG. I asked you about Ashanti Goldfields. Are you happy that it has been sold?
Never.
And then we are now depending on tax and royalties from Anglo Gold Ashanti. The bulk of the gold is being taken away, and now they use Ghanaian soldiers to go and kill Ghanaians. When you privatize ECG, they will send soldiers to come and kill Ghanaians too. If we cannot manage ECG, then we should scrap the Ministry of Energy. There should not be the needful to have a minister responsible for energy, because that minister will not live up to the billing of ensuring that we protect what our heritage wants for us.
All right. Sharon, more the NDC in a way. Then the NDC, they are in power, they won the elections. Eventually, I can say yes, PNC, in one way or the other, also supported you to victory. So, see appointments in that person. PNC, more interested. So, you have at least more.
Oh, Machira dream baby, Ewaha. And I'm sure that Ghana 4 will get the benefit of Adwina Machireno. Some of them should be practicalized. And yes, sir. Inti Anyamenkwa, the party in doing so, there are many people in the party who probably would have wanted to get appointment. And in doing the declaration, we also had opportunity to speak to President Mahama. And President Mahama said, we'll work together. In fact, Dana Oye and the governance dialogue at the Teachers Hall in Accra. And they sent an invitation to me. I went there with some of the executives of my party. I'm sure publicly you heard President Mahama say my disqualification was unjust, but it is God's way of saying that we should come and work together so that help them to win elections so we can work together. This was a public pronouncement. And when they have won, the people of Ghana should be asking them, you said that PNC should come and help you. And they saw the ruling government where there was oil But we declined and we came to the opposition where we all had to go through the stones. And I'm sure that you wouldn't say Yefi Esase Bonti Fufu. On that stretch, Nayeko Esum, Nayako Jacobu. We had a crash. 3 cars that I was in. A foot run, net dorsum. So we gave ourselves 100 meters gap. But you know how we move.
Yes.
In the first one, Ekohun said there was a near accident. When Timiam veer off the road, me and Nami were in the middle of the cars. So my car went and hit
the
first car. The one at the back came and hit me. Naturally said, so that they can match me. My general secretary was in one. Reverend Samuel J was in one. The national chairman was in one, and I was in one. We could have died campaigning for the NDC and supporting the NDC. When they have won power, and then there is no talk, what can we do? There are many people within the PNC front who are just looking for some placement. Say, it has become the norm. Say, Moya health insurance workers you are appointed by Akufo-Addo, naturally Mubako. Moya DC, naturally Mubako. Moya government appointees to the assembly Mubako. So some of our members would have loved that they were assembly members. And then the ministers, your mama is finished.
Yeah.
He is almost done with the CEOs.
Ministers say, I don't know, so deputies need.
The ministers say deputies will not be up to the ministers he has appointed. Take note that he has 16 regional ministers already. Yes. Take note that he has appointed 23 ministers. Yes. So plus 69.
23.
Now you're 39.
39.
Right?
Yeah.
Or 49.
About 23.
39.
16. 39.
39. Now I can say he wants to do 60.
60, yes. 21.
21. Until not all the places will get deputies. I'm sure that probably fisheries and agriculture will not get deputy. Gender and social protection may not get deputy. I'm sure. I don't know. But clearly, those places, in my view, should not have deputies. I'm even sure that probably transportation should not have a deputy. And so, Obanyan is system ministers. Where are you going to fix? Meanwhile, he needs to appoint over 50% from parliament. And then he needs to factor gender balance.
Yes.
And he needs to factor regional balance. So that is the point. NT at our next meeting, Pat Nika said, we set up a committee to review our relationship with the NDC, whether it is parasitic or it is symbiotic. Parasitic, naturally say one is
feeding on the other. Yes. As a
yes.
Yes.
That's that's right. Or whether it's symbiotic, whether so the party will review all that, and then the committee will report to us, so that we'll know how to collaborate better in future.
But we need power appointment starting, you know. Contact him.
No. Except on the day that they were swearing in some of my friends, Haruna Ibusu, Eric Opoku, Kwame Abuja, your friends and Dominica Yine. Onusa Haruna Ibusu was my student leader. And of course, when we're doing the remove the governor of the Bank of Ghana, I became too close with Ato Cassiel Frossen. And I went there for the swearing in. And President Mahame Humi and Okase, Ben, I'll call you. But that one be our Babas But as a political party, we've not had any communication from the NDC and the government. Kakra, because anywhere I go, the bulk of our party members that are looking for positions or thinking that the party, because President Kufuor, when PNC declared support for President Kufuor in 2000, he appointed PNC members into government. At Mills, when someone of us declared support for him in 2008, he, in the first round of his appointment, appointed PNC members. When Akufo-Addo Ebaye or appointee Ebi, in fact, he appointed even the leader of the PNC. But Yedru Baby, now said John Mahama doesn't think that the appointees and the quality he's looking for, he can find some in the PNC. I say it is his burden to carry. That's what I can say.
Now, but the PNC, NDC, Amomoba Power, say NDC is succeeding. Mobeka say PNC, yes, we are part of your success story. Anna.
Oh, we are part of the story that caused change. But we are not part of the fact that we govern this country. Omodi Chwibaye national language.
Send the Mumu ideologies.
Omodi, every Ghanaian will get a benefit from cocoa and gold. Omu Ebema say, if you are a foreigner, you cannot come and take mining concessions in Ghana and just be running them like we are having today. Obiaba no akoto concession. Now, whatever you get, you take away. When the PNC says that 40% of the money can go to the foreigner, but 60% will stay. To the extent that they will not be able to do these kind of things, will only help to bring about change. And they be America, me know the Yako school kakra. It's a teacher, ebechuro, nyama egu blackboard. Nowadays, it's not useful. But they become what? Nuisance. Because without cleaning them, into it make of a rack, be another ball so. You come and clean in order that good material can be brought there. So as long as the NPP was the debt in this country, we needed to clean them off. And we used the NDC, we've cleaned it off. Now it's for the NDC to indicate whether they are going to put good content on the board. If they don't put, we will wipe them off too.
Hey, is it more cleanness?
Oh yes, yes. We have to clean and sanitize the system so that in the end, Ghana ebetimi akoye.
All right, 101.1 so and ebusan wasugusu awutemene Bernard Mornah and Twitwe Nkomwe ye de Nkomwe Twitwe na eba na wi ya nesa yenhwe what expectations from this government anything as in make PNC as a party.
Oh, I think that the government should perform to the benefit of the people of Ghana. Say and nyama bebrea Ghana for say monye and omo kan e pranko enye me na me kan enye John Mahama and oka say oba beti ilevi oba betwa wetwa
onyentwa.
Very good. We expect that obetimi agi in the affairs budget statement. Omo ka say COVID-19 etwam dadada nti saa to no yentu abiom nti ye ba behwe oba ba ye ana onye say what you say. So John Mahama and Oka say, your friend is saying, sanitation tax and emission tax.
Yes.
Or barbetra. Whichwa. It is our duty to ensure that Omoji. John Mahama and Oka say, Ghana for school Nkwara Mobile school first year no, Muntuya. How don't they so echo threaten or Kaka say, Omoji can etuano. Say budget no omobe we are. They will find a way of refunding all their money to them. It will be returned to the students so that they can enjoy it. We are looking forward to those things. John Mahama promised reducing the size of government. So far, he is committing to it. We hope that it is not just the ministers, but we will see that at the presidency, it is not overbloated. And so, John Mahama promises, Obia Wakofa Ghana dear, I am for Pansua Wakofa. They will recover it, operation recover all loot. Until you need that so. And so we are hopeful, say John Mahama will be able to deliver what he promised to deliver so that we can work for Ghana now, the people of Ghana deserve. Failing to do near Okachire Ghana for no, we will have problems. And one of the things that I think that probably Wakani year Amami so far. And he said, I'll say, there will be further discussions on the proper your friends, the Sexuality Act.
Yes, but that LGBT.
But or see, it will now be a product of the executive. Next, they say it will not be an individual or individuals now no. It is going to be government ownership.
Owned by government.
Yes. And for me, there's nothing more revealing. Inti government, Attorney General will look at the whole processes, the bill, sanitize it and send it as an executive government position, say, we want to have proper sexuality and family values for the people of Ghana. And for me, it is encouraging that the government be okay, say, yema obani oba enware, yema bemani bema enware. And so therefore, we'll be keeping to the values of the people of Ghana, and I am very encouraged about that.
All right, finally, then over catch PNC HD4.
Oh, and your PNC, oh.
Okay.
Say, Monsacra, na Monsesa margins. Say, NDC ni MPP over the years, no. They have not helped the cause of our nation. Yes, one. Only producer. Only producer, no, original which only producer. Mona make them say, until and unless we do like what the people of Senegal have done, change, you know, say, answer, ye. You see, the people of France, the French-speaking countries, say no in what they were going through. Niger's uranium was the one that France used all the time. Me see now France to Niger or more uranium, no, an ounce was just 80 cents. 80 cents no drew $1. That is how much France was buying Niger's uranium. 80 cents and drew $1. Military leader ebe yi Bazoum efimuno. Almost say among uranium no emma France bio. So they went to the international market to go and sell. An ounce of uranium is sold at $200. Abra, France was just buying it. Was buying it less than $1. They are now selling it at $200. If the NDC and MPP continuously auctions our nation, na yesu yeta omochia. These kind of benefits that the French countries that have liberated themselves are showing. In fact, Niger was rated the last but one poorest country in the world. After 6 months, the IMF and World Bank are saying that Niger is the fastest growing economy because they are selling their uranium at a commercial rate that France will never have bought. Burkina Faso, Shenia, Ibrahim Traoré, Oye. And he has become the toast of many young people in Africa.
Yeah.
Why? Because Obien who say Papano, in spite of the fact that say or the way no buy, and your way. He is developing the citizens and developing his country, fighting for the interests of the Burkinabes, as opposed to say Obeservi colonial masters. And we want to sell ECG to the colonial masters. So it's time to change. Into one amount for bibia. I can assure you that the more we maintain rigidity for NDC and MPP, the more we sink our nation. 2028, change is coming. Vote for the PNC.
May that say, Mene Bernard Mornah, 2024 presidential candidate for the PNC and leading member of the PNC. Meneno and Adjutant Kumwe and Raminishia Stadium.
That's okay, the leading member. I am the leader of the party.
He's the leader of the party. Okay, former chairman as well.
That be former, no, the only mean kind.
Okay, leader of the party.
You also okay, former chairman.
Flagbearer becomes the leader of the party.
Okay, former. I mean, none of me a former chairman. None of me a former general secretary. Me a former youth. Former.
So a leader of the party, yes, the leader of the PNC. The leader of PNC. And Raminini me near Rebel City and not support to Karela or Musuye.
Gold no me say, Moody Fifi nearby.
Look at them, with the gold number.
And so because now say time now, yeah, Baba Shagul, now we mush you. Gold now answer, no, now we show.
Oh, yeah, me have the ship.
And play now the ball, no, Nipa me and sending out your money. And I must say, Aquano, they drew in or by. And I must say, Yana and man, they drew say on Pambra.
But on a more serious note, we thank you so much for your time with us. We appreciate you so much. And we are hoping, say, Obakuma to be a high fee, but you didn't come.
Oh, my But I won't say. I've been crying for no more bab and no kubozisu.
and me. I was Sandra by Isha.
Into ye the Sulemo, ye the Munirimo, ye the Janet Munina. They should come back home. Whatever caused them to leave, we will be able to iron the differences. Let us stay at home. After all, we won't say Yanui. What is the name of the tongue?
Takrema.
Takrema, any essay. But sometimes essay etimika takrema. Yes. But they stay in the mouth.
Sure.
They don't say that because of that. They say no, met you to know. So let us stay in the party. Let us have our fights. But let us ensure that we have an ideology to pursue.
All right. Yeah, that's it, Papa. I was jamming in a call here, see about an hour. What I wish you a happy birthday. Let me do this quick one. I'm sorry, so now, Yanko. Very happy birthday to Chelsea. Fosu Intia Moa, daughter of Michael. Fosu every year. Yes, Mike. Yes, Mike back Chelsea. Me back Chelsea. Yes, happy birthday to you. This one is from your dad, Mike Fosu every year, the regional director for the Ghanaian Observer newspaper, and the rest of the family. From your brothers and every one of us. Now, that is something Kancho said our special package mountain. Chelsea, I don't watch anymore. And if you're bad, the rough. All right, this one also says happy birthday to Daniela of Onia TV. This one is from Linda Yabua of Ezra TV to you. This message says, please wish my kid brother Bright Adumenu a happy birthday for me. The family of Adumenu is wishing him a happy birthday. All right, this also says a happy birthday to Deacon Edward Boati, Lighthouse Assemblies of God, Pankrono Estes, and this one is from your junior brother Kwame Anani. Happy birthday to Anakwa Lillian. You school at Our Lady of Apostle in Kwanta Uti region, and you are 6 years today. This is from your uncle Evans Manasseh. Happy birthday to you, Theresa of Etimetim. Yes, we are celebrating you today. It's your birthday. Enjoy your day to the fullest. All right, so on that note, yem funny Nansia, Namin Cow said, Jordan Tene, Yijim Ewo, a Jeso Adadi and Pentecost Prayer Center, a hot near Kushiani, a bompire, a jaho, Yakwakushia bompire, and they all night. Yeshassia and you ran 9. Yabuma Babi C 12. Tishanen, so I could see how much 3, sorry. Yeshassia 9. Yabuma could see how much 12. Sorry, how much 3. It's an hour shedding, so Yeshassia 9. Yabe bompire could see how much 3. Yami Aduma ene ewa Jesu adanti and 10 Pentecost Prayer Center a ho NNM Sajumedi ebe consultation so all night send you joda bi aye no no ye sha se anwumre nan ya ahomache 3 ne ebewie. All right, aseda kese nkoma Omar Camel or a producer we need you therefore aseda ne bi nso enkoma owo ntane ne team omo che ebre ne bi